Jai Gurudev, dear students. Children, welcome again in my science class. So, students, last time we have started chapter number 10, respiration in organisms. Okay. So, let's continue with that. Our chapter number 10, respiration in organisms. So children, under this chapter we have studied about breathing, and I told you that what is the difference between breathing and respiration. Okay, and some more terms also I told you about inhalation and exhalation. So let's revise little bit. If you have learned that, I think you understood in the last class, but I am again going to tell you that what is inhalation. Inhalation. First of all, inhalation means intake of oxygen, okay, in the form of air. You know children, when we breathe, at that time we take air in through our nose or our mouth, okay, and when that air reach inside our nasal cavity to the lungs, means through our windpipe, then we can say it is inhalation. Okay, and second term is exhalation. Exhalation. Okay, so this is the process, means exhalation is the process of removal of carbon dioxide from the lungs through the nasal cavity. Okay, means whatever process we are using for means passage we are using for inhalation, same passage we use for exhalation, but in inverse process. Means here it is a intake of air in the form of oxygen, and here it is a removal of carbon dioxide through your nose or mouth. Okay, so these both the processes collectively called as breathing. Okay, means under breathing we can study these two terms or these two processes. Okay children, so breathing is a physical process. You know, when we breathe we can feel easily that we are taking in air or we are removing air out. Okay, and this is about the breathing, and after this I will tell you that what is respiration. Means you know that now when air reach to our lungs, what happened at that time? In short, we will talk now. Means when air reach to our lungs, from the lungs it is absorbed by our blood, or it is going to our blood through the capillaries. Means fine branches of blood vessels are called capillaries, and that capillaries easily absorb that oxygen from our lungs. And when that oxygen reach to our every cell, suppose here this is oxygen and here it is a food. Oxygen is present in the lungs. So oxygen, from where oxygen is coming? Oxygen is coming from the lungs and it reached to Suppose this is any cell of our body. Okay, what is this? This is cell. Here from lungs oxygen comes. What is the way? Through the blood, because blood is the connective tissue of our body which supply food material as well as this oxygen also. So food, or in the form of nutrients, from where food comes? From the digestive system. When we eat food, you know, our digestive system digests all the food components, means in the form of smaller particles, nutrients, and that nutrients also go through the blood and reach ultimately to our every cell. Okay, every cell of the body. So what will happen here? You know, children, when oxygen also present here and food material also present here, here I am writing formula of glucose, means C6H12O6. And what will happen when glucose is already present here and oxygen also comes from the lungs here and reach to the cell? When these both combine with each other, or we can say this food material is oxidized in the presence of oxygen, food is oxidized. Okay, and that food will, when oxidized, it will give us carbon dioxide plus water molecules and energy, plus energy. Okay, and that means this process which is taking place in the cell, this process is called respiration. Okay, children, I think now you should be clear about the respiration. Means this process which is going on inside the cell, this process is called actually respiration. What is respiration? It is a biological process and which is taking place inside the cell. Okay, so this is a kind of biochemical reaction. Biochemical, why? Because it is a chemical reaction and it is taking place in the inside the cells of biological or living organisms. So that's why it is called biological or biochemical process. Okay, children. So after this we will study about in detail about the organs of respiration in human beings. Children, you know that many organs are there which are associated with our respiratory system. Respiratory system you have studied in short in the junior classes also, and you know that respiratory system we will discuss afterward, but first of all we should discuss about the types of respiration. Respiration is of two kinds, children, mainly. First one is our topic is types of respiration. And respiration is mainly of two types. First one is aerobic and second is anaerobic. Aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. What is the difference between these? Children, only single difference is there. Means you can study in detail about these both the kinds in higher classes, but here you should know main difference between both the respirations. So main difference is this aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen, O2. Okay, when oxygen is present any time in the cell, that time only this kind of respiration takes place. And in case of anaerobic respiration, this respiration always takes place in the absence of oxygen. Means oxygen is not required in this kind of respiration. So maybe you are thinking that how this process can possible, that when oxygen is not present, then how respiration takes place? This process can happen. Yes children, it can happen in many of the organisms, living organisms. Even our body also. Only in some cases, not all the cells. Okay, only in some adverse cases when this happened, I tell you, normally in our all the cells, most of the cells of our body show this aerobic respiration in the presence of oxygen. And this kind of respiration can produce large amount of energy, because in this respiration complete combustion of glucose takes place. Means glucose molecule breakdowns completely in this case because of oxygen. Because of the presence of oxygen, here is a complete breakdown of oxygen glucose molecule. Okay, but in this anaerobic kind of respiration, there is incomplete breakdown of glucose molecule. That's why here less amount of energy released. Okay, and products are also different of these anaerobic respiration. So let's see what are the different products formed during aerobic respiration and during anaerobic respiration. Let's see through the equation. You know that chemical equation we have studied in the previous chapter. I told you that how to balance also chemical equation. In the same way, here also two chemical equations are there which we study here, and that are important to learn. You should learn both the equations. So first is aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration. So what happened during this kind of respiration? Let's see, food we are taking in the form of glucose. So C6H12O6, you know this is a formula of what? Glucose. And children, when this glucose reach to our cells, then what will happen? Oxygen also comes. Okay, and when this molecule reacts with oxygen, here I am not writing oxygen, otherwise it will take so much place, because you know O2 is oxygen. It is a common formula. So after arrow, you know, always before arrow we are writing reactants. Means whatever things are combining in the chemical reaction or taking part in the chemical reaction. So after arrow we are writing always products. Means what is formed after this chemical reaction. So what is happening when glucose react with the oxygen? Then it will produce 6 CO2 molecules plus 6 water molecules. CO2 means carbon dioxide. From this compound means glucose and this oxygen, carbon dioxide produced and water molecules produced plus energy. Energy is produced in more amount. Okay, here we writing more. Okay, so this is happening in our most of the cells, or we can say that 95% our cells are performing such kind of respiration. And next is anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration. What is happening in this respiration, children? Here what will happen, C6H12O6. Similarly, glucose molecule we are taking here also, but here is no oxygen present. So what will happen during this reaction, directly this glucose molecule convert into carbon dioxide, C2H5OH, means two molecules of ethyl alcohol is produced during this process. Means it is a kind of alcohol which is produced during the conversion of glucose molecule in the absence of oxygen. Okay, when there is no oxygen, when this respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen, that time this reaction takes place. And what are the products? Ethyl alcohol plus carbon dioxide plus energy. And children, this energy is produced in very less amount. Okay, means it is not sufficient amount of energy which is required by our body. That's why our body is preferring this kind of respiration. But when this anaerobic respiration takes place, you should know that also. First of all, I tell you that this respiration is performed by plant cells as well as yeast cells. You know that yeast is a kind of fungus which is widely used in bakery products. Means to make bread, burger bases or pizza bases or even cookies or so many kind of bakery products you are using in your daily life. That all the products which are soft in texture and which are spongy to eat, these all the products are prepared by the use of yeast. Okay, and that yeast is used this kind of means yeast uses anaerobic kind of respiration, and during this respiration carbon dioxide is produced in large amount. And because of this carbon dioxide, when gas is present in our dough, मीन्स जो भी उन्होंने मटेरियल बनाया होता है उसमें जब ये वाली कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बहुत लार्ज अमाउंट में प्रोड्यूस होती है, देन दिस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड विल मेक दैट थिंग soft and spongy. Okay, so that's why this yeast name you should understand. And I think if you ask your mother, your mother also should know about this, I think. And many of the ladies are using yeast at home also to make some of the products at home. If your mother is baking something, cakes or something at home, then I think they know about the yeast. Okay, yeast is yeast. This is a kind of fungus which is edible. Edible means इसको हम खा सकते हैं. खा सकते means not in the form of yeast only, means we can use it for making these different food items or bakery products. Okay. So children, this is about the anaerobic respiration in case of plants, plant cells and yeast. And I told you that some of the time this anaerobic respiration takes place in our cells also. It is not in the we can say in the absence of oxygen, when there is a lack of oxygen. Lack of oxygen means जब ऑक्सीजन की हमारी बॉडी में कमी हो जाती है. At what time this oxygen is lacking in our body? During heavy exercises, during cycling, running fast, when we do any kind of means very fast exercise or heavy exercise, that time there is a lack of oxygen in our body, and that time our body require more energy because we are working very fast. So our body require more energy. Then at that time our cells, muscle cells, especially which cells? Muscle cells, not all the cells, only our muscle cells. You know, when we do any hard work with our these arms, then our arm muscles starts paining. Why that starts paining? Because of this anaerobic respiration. Because when this anaerobic respiration takes place in our muscle cells of our arms or our legs, one product is formed in our muscle cells because of this anaerobic respiration, that is called lactic acid. Which acid? Lactic acid. And because of accumulation means इकट्ठा हो जाता है. जब बहुत सारा lactic acid continuously when we work and when continuously there is a large requirement of oxygen and energy, that time when this lactic acid is produced so much, because of the accumulation of this lactic acid, our muscles feel a severe pain. Okay, and that time we stop that work or stop doing exercise because of this kind of muscle pain, and that muscle pain is called muscle cramp. Okay, so children, this is all about the anaerobic and aerobic respiration. So after this, our next topic is respiratory organs or various organs of our respiratory system. Organs of respiratory system. What are the different organs of respiratory system? First, I'll tell you about the this flow chart. Through flow chart, I'll tell you that how our respiratory system has different kind of organs. So we will start from our nose. You know, children, when we breathe through our nose. Generally we breathe through our nose only, but sometimes when we are having cold or some problem is there in our nose, that time only we can breathe through our mouth. So here we are preferably using nose. So from nose we take air, and this air goes to the trachea. Trachea means windpipe. Windpipe is called trachea, which is a pipe-like structure. I'll show you through the diagram also, but first I want to make you clear the passage or organs of respiratory system. So nose, then after that it is there after nose it is passing through the pharynx also, means pharynx are also present here. So in book it is written about the pharynx. You can write about the pharynx here, but if you don't write, then also it is correct. After nose you can directly write about the trachea. So in the trachea, when air is present, it is passing to the bronchi. Bronchi means these after a pipe-like structure, the pipe-like structure divides into two means different passages or two different parts. So that are called bronchi. Two bronchi are there, and from the bronchi it passes to the branched structure of bronchi, means branches of bronchi are called bronchioles. Okay, so after bronchioles, that air passes to the, after these bronchioles, air passes to the last part of our lungs, means now these all the parts, bronchi are outside the lungs, but bronchioles are inside the lungs. Now air enters into the lungs, and when it passes to the bronchioles, after bronchioles, the last part is there in the lungs, which is called alveoli. Okay, so children, from bronchioles air reaches to the balloon-like small structures which are called alveoli. So when this air reaches to the alveoli, alveoli has rich supply of blood capillaries, and means from the walls of these alveoli, air directly, means oxygen directly goes to the blood. Okay, so here I am writing blood. So this is the passage, complete passage, how the oxygen reach from the nose to the blood. Okay, so children, if we talk about, this is about the inhalation. Okay, now this is a breathing, and we are considering about breathing. So how this air comes in the blood, in the same way when we talk about the exhalation, at that time from the blood it moves back and come through the nose into the atmosphere. Okay, so that is called exhalation. How we can make exhalation here? Just in the inward way, means here we start from the blood, or alveoli also you can start here, and first we write alveoli, then we write here after arrow making, when we write bronchioles, here we write bronchi, then here again it will come to the trachea, then trachea, from trachea to nose, and comes out through the nose into the atmosphere. So that is a release of carbon dioxide, or that process is called exhalation process. Okay children, so that is a means these are the organs of respiration also we are studying here. I'll show you that which kind of organs are taking part in the process of respiration, as well as here we are learning about the passage also, means how air enters. What is the passage? Means sequential way. You shouldn't write this sequence in any of the way by your own, means after writing, if you write nose, after nose you can write, you can't write that bronchi or bronchioles directly. Okay, it should be written in sequential way, in this way, schematic way only. Understood? So this is about the inhalation, exhalation, breathing and organs of respiratory system. So after this, children, in next video I'll explain you about the respiratory system of human beings. I think you have studied about respiratory system in your previous classes also, but in this class we will study about respiratory system in detail. Okay, and I'll try to show you one model of this also. I am having, I'll arrange that and I'll show you that. Okay, so in the next video we will study about the respiratory system in case of human beings.